Coming out is going to, oh good, it's Chris. What did I do now? I don't know what I've done to anger this man who's wearing.
You just have to be there.
Apparently. He's knocking my heritage. He's wearing a Canadian hockey flag poncho thing.
And you would think being alongside a more refined individual like Mr. Sterling, a well-educated individual, Dante would learn how to conduct himself in public.
Apparently not.
No,
not at all. And I mean, this is a man who punched the president. Okay, it was a cutout of the president at Legacy.
True. And that actually got a pretty good response out of people, surprisingly enough.
Well, it's granted to more of a conservative type of area anyway. So.
Gotcha. It's hate on the liberals out there.
But, I mean, you're surrounded in Rhode Island. But anyway, we're going to leave the politics to people who do it well. You know, like Hulk Hogan. Chris Sterling and Dante are going to face Jack Connor and Ricky Medeiros. Now, I got in trouble talking about Jack Connor at Legacy. And Ricky Medeiros is a very speedy type guy. This is going to be weight versus speed here.
Absolutely.
And he's still coming after me. What did I do to anger him?
I'm pretty sure it's when you stuck the Canadian flag of his up your nose a few months ago. Nonetheless, we've got rock and roll and the Visa, or the Visa list rather, and Ricky Medeiros and TNT Jack Connor. Connor here is looking to, I guess, reinvent himself. You know, people have been calling him a nerd, and at heart, he's really just a rock and roll wild child. And Ricky is just, he's just off the boat.
Well, you know, when you get off the boat in New Beige,
right,
and you have to come down here, it's very hard. I don't know why I'm going into this it's almost Russian accent. I don't do Portuguese very well.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
But from what I've heard, Portuguese does you pretty well.
Well, yeah.
This guy never says no to the shitties.
I don't. And you say that I use it for whatever you wish. I know that I always give you one line.
I'm all about the cured meat, as are you, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, Jack Connor, who is not ACDC-esque or on throwback night here at the Chop Shop, is going to team up with Ricky Medeiros, and this is going to be speed versus brute force. And you want to talk about two guys trying to reinvent themselves. Dante has been trying to reinvent himself since leaving the old school Icons, really, way back in December. And now Chris Sterling, now Mr. Sterling, the epitome of education, is trying to reinvent himself in the RWA ring against two guys just trying to kind of make a name for themselves.
Well, I mean, after you rely on the old faithful for too long, I mean, you become stagnant in your own craft. And, you know, one thing that gets overlooked with both Sterling and Dante, these are two masters of their crafts. They are very technical when they want to be, known to take advantage of the youth and the naive, the younger guys out here to just kind of manhandle them. But I'd be surprised if Ricky Medeiros is going to allow Dante to get that grasp on him, because those two have had plenty of singles outings.
Was that the maid from 2.5 Men giving Dante crap?
I believe so.
Oh, the bell is rung, and we're underway as Dante goes after Jack Connor, even though Jack Connor's not the legal man. And he's going to lock up with Ricky Medeiros, weighing in apparently at a whole lot of shitties, and depending on which brand you get, that could be either really filling or just really a lot of fat. There's a cover here by Dante.
But Dante's not having it.
Medeiros with a snapmare takeover, nicely done, and a drop kick to the back of the head.
Showing a little technical skill of his own.
Ricky Medeiros is, I'd say he's probably 111 pounds, throws him over the brick in his back pocket. Off the rope, he's going to fly, and here's a big cross-body to Dante.
And here's a guy that makes up for that lack of weight and really brings the velocity in any way he can. He's an improviser.
Jack Connor now in the ring. TNT Jack Connor with the wrist lock. And another tag in. You know, you're talking about Jack Connor and Dante, who have a lot of skill as tag team technicians. And Dante and Ricky Medeiros and Jack Connor working really well together early on. Dante is really didn't expect him to be all over the mat early on in this match.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. But this is where I think, like you said, speed versus power. These guys have really they've kept the freshman in, consistent tags. And here's Sterling finally becoming a factor in this matchup, cheap and dirty, nonetheless effective.
Now, Ricky Medeiros was hung up in that trio. Whoa, Dante trying to get himself some maple syrup, and with a kick to the gut, Now stomping out the flag of Portugal.
And here's a man who called himself one half of the international icon.
Yes, I remember that.
Right?
Got all over me about that. I'm telling you, we're part of the green zone. We're going to get a UN sanction for us at some point. Now Jack Connor trying to get in the ring as Ricky Medeiros being choked out by Dante. And our referee holding back Jack Connor. And Jack Connor now wearing the headband of Ricky Medeiros. And now another choke in the far corner by Dante. And Ricky Medeiros now finally being caught by our referee.
And Connor is all full of piss and vinegar. It looks like he wants to get himself in this matchup. Doesn't care who he gets his hands on.
I've been in situations like that where you just want to get your aggression on no matter who you get your hands on. And now Chris Sterling comes in the ring and clubs onto Ricky Medeiros.
And I don't know if it's a smart idea to be wrestling in a necktie. I mean, you know.
That's why I go bow ties. It's less constrictive.
Right.
You know, you don't have anything really hard to grab onto. You have to get really close to get to the bow tie.
Yeah. And most times you can just kind of like, you know, when you try to choke someone with it, it really doesn't work because it just falls off.
Right, exactly. Now just stepping on the face of Ricky Medeiros is Chris Sterling. Sterling looking for that keys of higher education. That key lock that we saw at Legacy that won him his match.
Will that be the factor tonight? I don't know, but I know both of these ring veterans have slowed down the pace of this matchup, and they've gained the advantage.
And that's something you would expect with the heavier and the more powerful of the two tag teams. To slow things down, you want to keep these high flyers grounded as much as possible.
In a singles matchup, you know, if you've got the weight advantage, you kind of just want to muscle your guy down. Where here is Connor, he's just frothing at the mouth. If Sterling goes for that pin, I can guarantee you Jack Connor's going to find his way in the middle of it.
Medeiros fighting out of a rear chin lock by Sterling, going to the second rope. Big cross body, nice cover.
Well done.
And there's the cover now, 1, 2, and he slipped off of Chris Sterling originally and almost had a 3 count. Medeiros now with a big forearm again, and another forearm right off the boat. Going Irish whip, Chris Sterling. Sterling reverses, being caught with a clothesline.
Look at how he threw him off those ropes, just manhandling Medeiros. Like a sack of pop sush.
Nice reference.
Thank you.
Now Sterling lining up. No, that's not good.
That's definitely the lower midsection, if you will.
Yes, it's by the Azores of Ricky Medeiros, if you will. Now kicking the bottom rope at Jack Connor. Medeiros trying to get to the corner.
Now don't taunt Connor. He's just waiting to get in there, man. I'm telling you, it's not going to serve either Dante or Sterling right if Connor gets in this matchup.
You know, actually, 3 of the 4 men, I just realized, are accomplished tag team wrestlers. Big scoop and slam by Dante. Sterling and Dante working well together. Jack Connor working well with Ricky Medeiros, but he's like a caged animal in the corner. Here's a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Medeiros. Connor wants in this match something fierce.
I can't say I blame him. If I were in his shoes, I'd feel the same way.
Well, if you were in his shoes, you'd be on the mat. I mean, you did fare okay against Jesse Gates, but I felt bad for you. I really did.
So, something needed to be done about that, and maybe the job's not done, but hopefully someone else can kind of pick up where I left off.
Now just laying down on the jawline of Ricky Medeiros with Sterling with his leg, just blatantly choking Medeiros, who is in just the wrong side of town. Often happens with the people of the Portuguese faction.
Hey, man, they went and populated Fall River and made it their own.
Yes, they did. Sterling raking the eyes and headbutting. Headbutts never work for anybody, as Sterling is finding out. Now here's a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Well, Phil Banks has something to say. And he's going to say, well, we've heard this before. Name that suplex. It took us 5 minutes the last time this happened to get to a suplex.
Ooh, I like this one. I know this one.
Okay, then it's all yours to call.
That is a really awesome suplex.
Well done. Well done. A cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. A gut-wrench suplex, I believe, is what you were looking for.
Well, I wasn't looking for anything. You found it.
That's very true.
But Medeiros, man, I'll tell you, he's really had the bag beaten out of him so far. He's looking really fatigued. Seems like all the steam is gone.
Nice underhook suplex there by Dante. Cover 1, 2, and for some reason he's staring at me. I don't know why he's doing that. And now getting in the referee's face.
One of these days, Massey, I think both you, myself, and all this equipment is going to end up going bye-bye.
I really hope not, because this is a rental.
Oh, jeez.
Now another choke by Dante. 1, 2, and he's up to 4, and works that 4 count very well. Fighting back is Ricky Medeiros, who has had, as Bobby Rossi said, the bag beat off him, and if he's Portuguese, that means it's an onion bag. And I can say that, folks. I am part Portuguese. Here's a spinning DDT. Nicely done. Medeiros needs to get to the other end of the ring, and Dante is in his direct line.
This is the game changer right here. I have a feeling that this is it. And Dante has not been taken off his feet for most of this match, for all this match as a matter, and he was just driven into the mat. And from personal experience, I tell you.
It doesn't look fun. No, actually, I know full well it's not fun.
No, it's not.
Here's a tag to Jack Connor. He gets
in this matchup.
Here comes Chris Sterling. Ducks the clothesline to Jack Connor. Big kick to the side again. And now a back kick. Connor trying to charge. Insiguri, nicely done. Wow. Connor's all full of fire now. TNT Jack Connor, second rope. He's getting Sterling to turn around. Sterling is fixing his tie. And Irish whip and a big drop kick as he turns into the drop kick.
All things to do.
1, 2, and Dante breaks up the count. And now gets into a full Nelson. Gets Jack Connor in a full Nelson. Connor slips out. Drop kick by Ricky Medeiros. And Dante powders out of the ring. Medeiros looks like he's going to fly. There he goes, up the rope. Suicide dive. Nice dive, taking Dante out outside the ring.
Well done by Medeiros. For the guy who's not in a tag team typically, he knows what to do. He's got to take out the other tag partner.
Huge kicks by TNT Jack Connor right to the chest of Chris Sterling, going for a high-end DDT and hits it.
Beautifully done.
Here's a cover. 1, 2, and almost 3.
A hair away from that 3 count.
Jack Connor looking up at the referee, asking what he has to do to get him down for a 3. Chris Sterling fixing his tie, trying to get up to his feet. Connor in full control, but I'm telling you, I don't think letting the big man gain even an ounce of his win back is a good idea.
No, it's not. I mean, Connor's looking for that golden opportunity, but it might just evade him.
Connor going, has a standing wrist lock, reverse.
There it is. Oh!
Gouges the eye, and now into the corner goes Jack Connor. And this is not going to be good. Sterling is setting up for, and he nails it, and there it is, the keys of higher education. Connor's in a lot of trouble. This got a submission at Legacy. Connor's saying he doesn't submit. And that keys of education key lock is locked in. Big grapevine, both legs. Connor has nowhere to go. He cannot fight out of this. He can't really move as the heavier Chris Sterling has full control of the body.
It looks like he's going to gain even more leverage. This is not faring well for Connor. He's reaching for those ropes, and I don't think he's going to make it.
Dante just took out Ricky Medeiros from the outside of the ring again, and now he does tap, and that's it. That's it. And the keys to higher education claim another victim in TNT Jack Connor and Ricky Medeiros. The winners of this match via submission, Dante and Chris Sterling. And I tell you what, Bobby Rossi, that was something that, you know, it's cliche to say that the heavier and the more powerful two tag teams are really in the advantage because of the weight advantage, but really in control of most of this match.
They sure were. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from the young guys either. They showed a lot of heart. They showed a lot of fire. But like typical, you know, young men, they get ahead of themselves. And both Sterling and Dante saw it happening. They scouted it out well and they capitalized. So I got to give them kudos, especially for two guys that haven't tagged together.
Absolutely. And hold on, I'm being handed something here. This is a memo from our ladies of management. There's a direct quote, if you don't mind. I'm actually going to just read here, folks. Here, quote from our ladies of management.
Oh,
for Christ's sake!
Another victory for this Canadian.
Yes, I know.
It's a rental.
It's
a rental. He is a rental.
I don't know what I've done.
I don't know what I've done. Usually works. All right.
Hosa. What is a hosa?
I agree. I agree. Well done.
Quite elementary.